Hello boys, today is gonna be a fast one. So the thing is, as you probably know, I'm still looking for my pair of IEMs, and one of these pairs I wanted to buy is Empire Ears Valkyrie, which is like $1,700, and the second one is Kinera Nanna, which is $900, so it's like half the price, but it's also pretty good, but it's also expensive. And you know what? We're gonna talk about it today. So today we are going to review Kinera Nanna, the second pair of IEMs I would like to buy. And this is going to be a fast one because within like 15 hours or something, I'm leaving my country and I'm going to Germany to work, and I won't be able to produce any sort of videos within like 1.5 months or even 2 months. So I have to make some of the footage. I got like 15 hours for that. I have to make footage for this channel, for my Polish channel. I have to make photography lessons for my college. I have lots of stuff to do, so we're gonna talk about this pair and also Kinera Iden and also my lens. I'm also using wide angle lens because I cannot allow myself to make any sort of like second tries or something. I really don't have that much time. So I'm gonna review Nanna today, Iden in next video or something, and I'm also gonna review this lens because I don't want it to be only audio channel. So this lens is Olympus 50mm, is a gray lens, and I'm going to review it today as well, but you're probably gonna see it like within a month or something. Doesn't matter. Kinera Nanna, let's talk about it. Oh, also, other thing, I ditched my dynamic microphone because some of the people said that this video looks like some kind of a 70s gamer show with this microphone or something. So I actually switched to my lavalier microphone. I was supposed to use my shotgun microphone, but I kind of ripped out all the wires. I was supposed to resolder it, and after doing that, it's still dead, so it's probably dead forever, but we're gonna see within a month or something. Okay, Kinera Nanna. So the thing is, what's so special about Kinera Nanna? It's the flagship IEM of a company called Kinera. The first time I've heard about Kinera was on one of our Telegram audio chats, because there was a guy who was looking for reviewers that would like to review their product, which is Kinera Sif. And I actually said that I'm really happy to do that, but I've never made that review because TLDR, they were just uber bassy and really terrible in build quality. Basically, I ripped out one of the MMCX connectors within a month or something. So I've never made that review because it would just be simply tragic. So the first time I've heard about Kinera Nanna, I was like, it's probably good, but it's Kinera, so its build quality is probably terrible or something. And I tested Nanna for the first time and was like, wow, this sounds terrible. Why it sounded terrible? Well, simply because I was using my X-Duo X3 II. Where are you when I'm supposed to show you all the time? I cannot find you. It was terrible because I was using my X-Duo X3 II, plus I was using some electronic stuff, 320 MP3s with some bad compression. So I was like, oh my god, this sounds so hissy. It's just like adding some kind of a white noise over my songs. It's terrible. So I actually like listened for like one song, second song. I was like, it's just garbage. So I don't really want to listen to this anymore. A few weeks later, I got Kinera Nanna for a testing, and it was actually a moment when I also got Feel M15. So I gave Kinera Nanna a second chance while plugging it to Feel M15, and oh boy. But let's talk about the actual interior first. So let's talk about the box. So the box is pretty much the standard audio black with golden accents box. In the box we're getting pack of tips, and it's a variety of tips. We have bass enhancing tips, we have standard tips, we have foam tips. Whatever you like, you have it for your Kinera Nanna, which is pretty fine. Also, these tips are final type E, I think, which is pretty amazing. I'm actually really pleased with every single final type E tip because they are simply good for my ears, especially for my ear canals. We're also getting papers. We're getting that tool that allows you to clean your IEMs. We're getting a 1/4" jack adapter, and also really nice case. If you've ever seen Campfire Andromeda or any Campfire IEM IEM. You probably seen that case many times, this nice leather case that you can actually carry your IEMs in, which is pretty nice. Now let's talk about the cable. I don't really like that cable because it only has like 2 tangles, if you know what I'm actually saying right now. It's really slick, it's transparent, so you can actually see all the copper in your wire, but also it's not really ergonomic, it's really slippery. So every time when I'm just putting it behind my back, because that's pretty much every time I'm using my OTE IEMs, the actual zipper just sometimes goes down and I have to like correct it every single time. It's just annoying. Ultimately, I would love to have a Kinera Nanna cable because this cable is like really soft. It's like really easy to grip. It's really nice in touch, but the color is like pink or something, but it doesn't matter. It's a really nice cable and I would love to have Kinera Nanna cable on Kinera Nanna. So it's 2-pin, 1.2 meter length and 3.5 millimeter jack ended, obviously. Now let's talk about shells. So with Kinera, they apparently going for something that CIEM manufacturers are going for, which is pretty much like some kind of a decals on their shells. So for example, Kinera Nanna looks like it has some kind of a magma or obsidian inside. It's like really dark purple-ish with some kind of like stains. It looks amazing. I just love something like that, and for me, Nannas just look beautiful. Speaking about build quality though, to be honest, I wasn't really pleased with the information that Nanna has really loosey 2-pin connections. So for me, it was really easy to just take off the right IEM out of the cable, and sometimes just a little bit of a hanging by the cable just dropped the IEM on my desk, which was obviously really scary because I don't want to ruin like $900 pair of IEM that isn't mine, obviously. So yeah, with build quality, I don't really like these loosey 2-pins. That's probably like manufacturer issue, but I hope that it's not exposed in different pairs and it's just the problem of my pair. I hope. Talking about internals though, this is where the fun part is happening because we have 2 low-powered electrostatic drivers, 1 balanced armature and 1 dynamic driver. So manufacturers like 3 years ago, I think, or maybe it wasn't that popular since that time, have created some kind of a low-powered electrostatic driver that does not require such dedicated amp, especially a speaker amp. You can actually power it with your phone, with your DAP. It's pretty much okay to do that, although they are still pretty hard to power. And that was actually the thing that occurred with my X-Duo X3 II, because with my X3 II, it just sounded like adding some kind of a like white noise to my tracks. And when I plugged it to VM15, I just discovered it just wasn't powered well because it needs a better quality amp than my $100 X-Duo X3 II. And after 2 weeks of listening to Nanna on VM15, then I discovered technical specification, and it actually told me that the impedance of Kinera Nanna is 60 ohms, which is huge value for IEMs because, for example, 2 years ago I was reviewing an IEM that had 5.6 ohm of impedance, which is not a lot obviously, but the average is like 15 ohm, something like that, so 60 is a huge value. So this actually says that if you have some kind of a like hissy source, if you're actually afraid that Kinera Nanna would expose some kind of a noise of your source, it won't, don't worry. I was actually using Kinera Nanna on the highest gain on the VM15 and heard no noise whatsoever, which is pretty nice. So yes, for Kinera Nanna you need significant amount of power to power them properly. Now let's talk about sound and let's explain why this is my second favorite pair of IEM of all time. And this is pretty much because of the same reason that my first favorite pair is Empire Ears Valkyrie. It's because of this electrostatic low-powered driver, because you know, you can have a different tuning in your IEM, but pretty much in every single low-powered electrostatic driver you can have a significant treble peak that can actually expose a huge amount of sibilance on something like balanced armature, but with electrostatic it never hurts. It's just so natural. And Nanna's special sauce is mostly exposed on, for example, really old tracks. A tracks that has really bad recording because of the year when they were produced. Because with these electrostatic drivers, it literally sounds like some kind of a magic remaster. Like, for example, someone just replaced our files with some kind of like 2016 remasters or something, because it sounds so natural. If we're talking about frequency response, well, simply Kinera Nanna is V-shaped, which is obvious because I like them. If we're talking about bass, the bass is elevated, but more in the actual sub-bass category. And if we're talking about mids, they are obviously behind because of the V-shape. And if we're talking about highs, they are highly boosted. If we're talking about such a treble peak with a driver like balanced armature or dynamic driver, which actually happened because there's also something called Kinera Nanna, and this thing won't get a positive review, that's for sure, then you would just hear a horde of sibilance. It would be torture for your ears, and actually it would be really damaging to your ears to listen to that kind of stuff, because it just hurts your soul and your ears with such a huge treble peak, even for me, and I actually do like a high treble. But with low-powered electrostatic driver, it doesn't distort, it doesn't hurt, it just sounds so natural, and I think this is like the really characteristic of this low-powered electrostatic driver. I won't comment about the real electrostatic driver because I've never heard a real proper Stax electrostatic driver, just keep that in mind. I'm only speaking about these low-powered ones. Imaging is simply beautiful. If we're talking about soundstage, it's not amazing, it's just average for an IEM, I would say. And some people also are saying that there's not much of a detail in highs, and I can agree to that, simply because I consider Kinera Nanna as a fun IEM, because it adds so much to the actual listening experience that you wouldn't even ever think about using it as your critical pair of IEMs, because it's just too sweet. I would say it just adds so many flavor to your tracks. So my advice, if you ever came across Kinera Nanna, simply just play some music that you would love to hear a remaster of, or some kind of a track that actually does not have such a great recording quality, because you can actually be surprised what Kinera Nanna can do with its special sauce. And that's pretty much all from me, and it's like 32-minute video? Wow, that's actually world record for me if we're talking about English channel. So this was my opinion about Kinera Nanna. I love this thing. I would like to buy it, but $900 is still a little too high for me if we're talking about pair of IEM. And if you like this video, simply hit the like, hit subscribe if you haven't done that yet. Hit the bell to get your notifications, and also don't forget about my Instagram, bitwolf.film, if you would like to DM me or simply look for my photos. And that's pretty much it. This is the end of Kinera Nanna review. Now I'm gonna review Eden, Odin, and Zuiko 15mm, because this thing is great. So till the next time, within like 5 minutes or maybe a month. See ya.